Hi, I'm Aaron, and welcome to the Slim, Fitty, and Biggie Committee podcast, where me and my best friends Danny and Matt take a deep dive into hip hop, the genre that has formed an integral part of our lives. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at _Slim, Fitty, Biggie Committee, and stay tuned for any upcoming podcast news. Coming up on today's show, we have Ché Noir's album, Juno. All right, let's get into it.
All right, let's kick things off, baby.
Let's start this. This is podcast number 4, Ché Noir, Juno. I always struggle. I never know how to pronounce her name.
Well, how long have you been pronouncing her name for?
Well, since we've been discussing it, I've been like, is it Ché Noir or Ché Noir? I don't particularly want to get it wrong, but I guess
it's got to be Ché Noir.
Yeah,
it's got to be Ché Noir.
I was pronouncing it. Ché Noir.
You were not.
No, there's no way.
Yeah. Is that a joke or not?
That's not a joke.
Ché Noir.
Why are you guys laughing?
I genuinely don't know if you're joking.
I am not joking. I thought it was that.
That's
Ché
good.
Noir. All right, so we're going into the review of Ché Noir. Juno. Here we go.
Why do you have to get fancy and put these little apostrophes and shit on top of letters and make it all just call yourself Fred or something, or Bob.
Oh, that's really funny, Matt.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
I mean, your name has 2 T's in it. I don't know why.
Yeah, get rid of
Matt. Matt is always spelled with 2 T's.
Yeah, but get rid of it. It's too complicated. Hey, done.
No, you're wrong. See, Ché Noir is getting too fancy with her name. Matt's Matt with 2 T's is universally accepted.
Yeah,
I kind of like Ché Noir. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I like that name, and I like saying it properly. Ché Noir. It's like, you gotta. It's like gives it a bit of culture.
It feels fancy. Like she feels fancy when you say it.
Yeah,
it's bougie. Bougie,
I listen to Ché Noir. Who do you listen to?
Yeah, exactly.
I listen to Ché Noir.
You see, the music she makes is more of a Ché Noir as opposed to a Ché Noir. You wouldn't picture Ché Noir making music like this. Like Aaron said, you say Ché Noir, you're thinking upper class, jazzy, high society. Yeah. Anyway.
Well, I will get into it because obviously I chose this album, Ché Noir, Juno, and the reason I actually chose it was, number one, I thought that it would be interesting to have an artist that none of us have ever listened to before. We've done a couple in a row, every single one that we've done so far, we've all listened to their music, so we kind of have expectations or an opinion of them coming in, whereas this is so fresh 2020. So yeah, I just thought this would be fresh. It would be interesting to see our opinions on brand new music, especially because this came out 2020 in Feb. I think February 29th. It actually came out on Valentine's Day. I have no idea if there's any significance there, but yeah. Also, her music's not on Rap Genius, so it would be really interesting to see how we went just listening to her music and not being able to follow along and what type of experience that would be.
Some of her tracks are now on Rap Genius, though.
Yeah, but what is it, Prey? There's not many. It's not the full album, that's for sure. And the last reason was because I thought we should get a female artist on the podcast, especially because female rappers are, coming back. And obviously there's female artists that have been through the times in hip-hop history. So I thought, let's get someone who's new on the scene. Let's see what's happening out there in the world of female hip-hop and go from there, really.
Okay. It's good reasons. How did you find her? How did you find her music?
There is a track that she did with none other than Apollo Brown.
Yeah.
So she did the song Hustle Don't Give with Apollo Brown and Black Thought. And obviously, Danny, you and I have discussed Apollo Brown privately before, but he's one of our favorite producers in the style that he has. So as soon as you do something with Apollo Brown, I'm like intrigued to see what else you can do. And her voice is actually quite good and pleasant to listen to. So I was like, all right, let's see what her newest album is like.
Yeah. And did you know she's coming out with a whole album with him?
No, I did not.
Yeah, it's been announced on her Twitter and stuff. So there will be a full album, I believe, of her and Apollo Brown in July.
That'd be very cool to hear.
Cannot bloody wait.
You don't know who Apollo Brown is.
You got me.
Yeah, we got you good.
Yeah.
But yeah, so those are the reasons why I chose this album. But it is an interesting album to review because it is so short. Like, all 3 albums that we've reviewed before this have had, what is it, at least 16 tracks. Yeah. Last week we did Flatbush Zombies. They had 19 tracks. I think that what was it? Saha had 18.
Saha.
Yeah.
And
Royce had similar as well.
Yeah, over 20.
Can I just say that Saha mixtape is fire. That is off the chain.
Should we review it? Should we?
All right, guys, let's go. Saha, here we go.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Round 2.
I will say, though, I have a new preference for best instrumental.
Oh, no. Don't do this. What was it before?
It was Huey.
Palm Trees. No, it was Palm Trees, wasn't it?
No.
We're talking
the Sci-Hi.
We're not talking Flatbush.
Oh, okay. Yeah. That is so 2 podcasts ago. Go on.
But I have a new preference, and it's not Huey. It's Guitar Melody.
That's mine. So
I know, and I've been obsessed with it. Like,
how good is it?
I cannot get past it.
Yeah, just the instrumental though. Like the song, like the content of the song is like not, mind blowing, but that instrumental is just orgasmic.
Yeah, I actually loved it so much. I went and found the original soul song that it comes from.
And does it sound good?
It sounds really good.
I'm going to look it up.
As you would say, Danny, the original is always the better.
Yeah, but it's different with sampling though, because it's completely different genres. So you can enjoy one and enjoy the other, and both of them be completely different.
Yeah. And while we're here, Flatbush Zombies retrospectively
trash.
4.
Yeah,
not
trash.
4.5.
Yeah, it's actually trash.
Yeah.
See, they're both I like them both. But I think I scored, according to my algorithm, I think Flatbush was the highest scoring album.
But you definitely prefer Sci-Hi.
Yeah.
Probably just for his sound, yeah. If I was going to compare him and Michi Darko, they both got such unique sounds. It's up to the personal preference really between them, because they're both who else sounds like Sci-Hi? He's just so.
And who else sounds like Michi Darko?
Well, exactly. So they're both.
And who else sounds like Ché Noir?
Well, if that isn't a good transition, I don't know what is. As the man of transitions, let's get into it. Track 1, Ché Noir, Juno, Matt. I'll get you to kick this off. You love an intro.
Yep, I love a bloody intro. What can I say?
Hey, don't sound so enthusiastic.
It's a 2-star intro.
Whoa! Are you serious?
Below average. It's not what I want from an intro.
You don't give interludes and intros anything less than a 4.
No, I think it's 3 is the usual.
Yeah. 3 is the usual. This is below average. This one. It's just so short. I get what it's doing. I feel like we're being transported to ancient Greece, where this big battle that's going on, and the soldiers of Argos are declaring war against the gods. It's like it's supposed to be epic. It's supposed to be this big thing, but like I don't know, it was just so short. And then like I don't know, I feel like it's doing something that's like a bit different. Like I haven't listened to albums where it's like, all right, it's going to have some like Greek/Roman mythology undertones to it. Like, all right, that's what I was getting from that intro. And like obviously Juno being the title, Juno is the and obviously I think that's who is depicted in the album cover artwork. Juno, who's the Roman is a Roman goddess. She was, I looked it up, she's the wife of Jupiter and queen of the gods in Roman mythology.
That's interesting.
And she's obviously also like Roman and Greek mythology are often compared. So in Greek mythology, Juno is like the wife of Zeus, Hera, who's also like queen of the gods. So she's like the queen goddess figure.
She's also the goddess of money.
Incorrect. Juno is the goddess of marriage and childbirth.
Ooh,
so
I'm not so sure.
Oh, Aaron, he got you. He got you.
She's not at all affiliated with money based on my research.
Aaron has egg all over his face.
No. Juno Moneta, goddess of money.
Oh,
no. So that I think maybe that could be referring to another goddess, because this Juno that I was researching is referred to as Juno Regina, which means queen. So I don't know, there could be multiple Junos, but I mean, I suppose for the purpose of this album, you could say that maybe like there's like a money undertone theme as well. But from where I was going, I was like, all right, well, I feel like this is going to be an album that, yes, touches on like a little bit of Greek and Roman mythology, but is more so about concepts that empower women and sort of like have, I don't know, an uplifting undertone to them for women, not just in rap, but in sort of life in general. But that's why I was connecting it to like marriage and childbirth as well, because I was like, well, they're two things that obviously women is a part of like a woman's identity, being married and becoming a mother.
So I don't understand why you don't like it though. Because just as far as based on what you're telling me, it makes sense.
Yeah,
like but like remember, I haven't listened to anything else yet, like of this album. So I'm just basing it on like this. Like,
but you got so much out of that. You got so much out of like a 16-second skit.
Yeah,
but like it's not telling me anything. It's just all literally saying.
It told you so much.
No, but like that's only if I've researched what it is. Like, whereas like look at Royce's skits, whereas like I don't have to research that shit. He lays out the facts for me. Like he does the research for me. I shouldn't have to research what an intro means. Like,
but Matt, do you know who Basquiat is before Sahai's song Basquiat?
I did actually. Yes, yeah.
Oh,
so like
a hero.
But that's only because I'm a teacher, and like I remember in like one of the, I think it was year 9 or year 10 art, they were like imitating Basquiat's artwork. So it's like maybe to the common person, like no, they probably wouldn't have
like
known
us,
Basquiat.
like me and Aaron. Yeah,
correct.
But to the higher society people like you,
correct. Yeah. But like I don't know, it was just short. It just didn't give me much. I was just like, all right, let's like. I don't feel this is an essential track to listen to going into Art of War. Like, you know, it's like, I mean, you could play it because it's like 16 seconds or whatever, but yeah, I was just like, whatever. I don't know. 2 stars for me, nothing special.
Okay. I did not even dignify it with stars, but I think it kind of does lead into Art of War pretty nicely because it's like epic, and Art of War is trying to be like epic.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of links up sonically. But I'll give you, do you know what movie it's from?
No.
It's from the movie Clash of the Titans starring Sam Worthington. And that movie is trash. But
what, Art of War is from it?
No, the sound clip of the intro. Yeah, it's from a movie. A trash movie, like the album.
Oh,
Oh, no, just joking. Just joking.
I didn't rate this intro either. Like, I didn't give it a star rating, but I actually thought it was good because, like, she's talking about, declaring war against the gods. And you could make the argument that it's also declaring war against the gods of hip hop. You know what I mean? Like, the icons that potentially she wants to throw her hat in the ring as being one of the best of all time. I actually didn't mind this skit at all. It doesn't annoy me at all, not in the sense that, Matt, you seem to be more unimpressed. I think it makes sense with the album. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say about that.
Yeah. I have nothing more to say.
Sweet. Track number 2, first song, The Art of War. Danny, why don't you go for it? You were already starting to kind of roll into it.
Yeah,
what do you think about this one?
Well, yeah, like I was saying, like the intro is kind of like leading up to something big, something epic, and Art of War definitely wants to be that. It wants to hit you with this massive sound and a big boom bap banger, but I don't think it manages to hit the mark because mainly the mixing and mastering on this song is pretty poor. Like, the bass sounds good when it kicks in, when her verse starts, but the drop is just like nothing. It's just like the drop is supposed to be hard and it just gently like drops and the song begins. Like, this is supposed to be a banger. That's definitely what it's going for. But they got it wrong when they mixed this shit because it doesn't sound crisp, and a banger needs to sound hard and crisp. So they didn't really hit the mark for me. I know what they were going for, but it didn't work. Something happened in the studio. I don't know whose fault it is, but yeah.
Because 38 Spesh produced this whole album.
Yeah, 38 Spesh's fault, if you ask me.
It could be 38 Spesh's fault. I don't know if he is the mixing, or mastering person. He definitely should because he's a great rapper. Yeah.
Or if he wants to get into producing, go see your mate Eric Ark Elliott and
that's right.
Take pointers.
Yeah, go see anyone. Nah, but that's a good point actually, and we kind of skipped over like my expectations going in because the only thing I knew when Aaron picked this album was that it was I didn't know anything, to be honest. I literally knew nothing, so I had to look it up, and what I found was that this whole thing was produced by 38 Spesh, who I only know as a rapper. So, and he has done mixtapes with, the Griselda people, like Benny the Butcher in particular. So my expectations kind of rose a little bit because if he's affiliated with Griselda and I know what kind of music they make, and now he's gone to work with Ché Noir, like that must be the kind of music that she makes, that gritty street shit. So those were my expectations going in. And straight away, when she says, we both got guns, but see, I spray with mine, you gon' die with yours.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, straight away, I was like, oh shit. If she has bars like this for the whole album, I'm going to be a very, very happy man. Those are Prodigy level bars for me. Like, that is gangster shit. Unfortunately, none of the other lyrics on this track really come close for me, to be honest. Like, she comes close when she says, I'm from a place you're scared to raise your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's a good line. I like that line. I also like when she says, gun loud and clap faster than black mamas at graduation. Because you can imagine like a mother being so proud and clapping her hands. But when she says, I move my trigger finger like I'm masturbating, like, I see what she's saying, but that is not gangster. That is not as gangster as she thinks it is. Like, Fingering yourself is not gangster.
But it's funny.
But it's not, but she's going for a hard gangster sound. And when I picture someone fingering themselves, that's not gangster for me. That doesn't work at all for me. Do you know what I mean?
I thought that was just a funny line. It made me laugh when I first heard it.
It didn't make me laugh. It made me cringe.
I really like that line, actually.
Really? So if you picture a dude fingering his asshole, is that gangster to you?
Yeah, but we're not talking about a dude here. We're talking about a female rapper. And
yeah, but I can only relate to it as a male.
Yeah,
so
I know.
She's like
if she's going to be like, I guess it depends on what you want a female rapper to be like spitting about. But like for me, or any female rapper, like I want to hear some sort of nasty, like sexy talk. Like I want to hear I want to hear some Lil Kim stuff. Like that's what I expect. Like Lil Kim
like that. You want to hear that stuff.
Yeah, I want to hear that stuff. But like she mixes it with gangster shit. Like that whole bar is bullets flying like we at the Matrix. Infatuated, bitch, I move my trigger finger like I'm masturbating. So it's like that was a line that like immediately stuck in my mind. Like I remembered that line. Because like she's comparing like that line saying infatuated, like she could be infatuated with masturbating, or she could be infatuated with flying bullets. Like while she's like I don't know. I just thought that was a really clever line to mix like female characteristics with like no, this is like I don't want this to come across wrong, but like usually like with like you know a male like rapper you would expect like gun references and like shootings and like I don't know aggressive shit like and she's mixing that with some like female elements like you know and I'm like I think that's really cool.
But I also want to add that like male rappers always talk about how big their dick is.
And I hate it.
Yeah, but like, you know what I mean? So this is, to me, it doesn't, I don't mind it at all. If I found it funny, it makes no difference. She's used it in this context. I just thought it was funny. There are heaps of corny lines in heaps of other albums. I thought this was just funny, and I can just imagine that she's masturbating so vigorously. That's how she shoots her guns.
But I don't want to picture that. I never want to picture that. But the same goes for like you're saying. The same goes for any male rapper who's gonna talk shit like that. Like any sex raps, I hate them, man or female. Like, and this was just cringe. It wasn't good. It was cringe. But I can see where you guys are coming from, and if you like it, and if you think it's funny, like that's fine. It just made me cringe. But like overall, like I see what the song was trying to be, and it almost got there. She has a really, really solid line, but one line does not make a song. So it could have been a 5-star song. It could have easily been a 5-star song if they got the mixing right. If she was a bit harder with her verse, because the verse is trying to be gangster. So I'm going to give it 4 stars. Could have been 5. I'm going to give it 4.
I'm going to say you missed a couple of lines though. So I just want to say her voice is really good and her flow is extremely clear. Like throughout listening to this whole album, she doesn't mumble any words. So that's really good to see, because like how many countless rappers mumble and you don't know what they're talking about, but every word is enunciated extremely well. So props to that. I also didn't...
Yeah, but I don't give props to that. She can speak well. She knows English. I don't give props to that. I also speak well.
No, what Aaron's point is she doesn't sound like Danny Brown.
Yeah, but so many rappers don't sound like Danny Brown.
No, but what I'm saying is there are so many rappers who don't speak clearly, and I'm like, what did you say? When I'm listening to the track, I didn't have that at any point. Yeah.
Well, you could name 3. You could name Danny Brown, Westside Gun, and someone else. Name another.
T.I.?
Okay, that's 3.
Oh, do you want me to go and make a list of rappers that I can't understand?
Yes, and I don't think you could make a list.
I'll go and make a list for the next podcast.
Good. Yes, all right, that's the challenge. Next podcast, you make a list of the top 10 rappers you cannot understand what they say.
So, yes, very clear. The other thing is I actually didn't hate this beat. Like, I know you wanted it a little bit harder. I did think it hit that epic feel, and you missed a couple of lines that I really liked, like wrap your body in a curtain and sell it to your mama. She get home, unwrap it, see your body and scream with a note inside it that say, tell your friends your body from me. It's just, that is gangster. And then she also said, I treat these and like animals. I'm on the hunt. That's why I'm rocking the mink.
Yeah.
Like, all those things are gangster. I actually think that you were a little bit harsh on this.
But I specifically didn't pick that curtain line because I don't think that's gangster. Like, because it's all about imagery for me. Like, if I can picture it, like, that's gangster.
That's exactly why the the masturbating line.
Yeah, well, rapping
so
is
good
like
for me.
they're putting pictures. Yeah. For you, it's good. For me, it's bad. But like with the curtain one, why are you wrapping a body in a curtain? And why would you put anything into a curtain?
Because like
well, it probably should have been a carpet.
Yeah,
But
definitely
like
a carpet. Curtain makes no sense.
no, like shower curtain. Like I've shot you in the like shoot you in the shower.
And
shit,
why
like,
would you send a curtain to someone's mum and they open it? Why would they? Like she was expecting to receive a curtain.
Nah, it's
Like
like,
she was opening it up all innocently and like, oh, my dead daughter's in there. That's strange.
No, it's like, you drop off a body in a curtain, they open to see who it is, and it's like their relative.
No one receives curtains. I genuinely had an issue with that, so that's why I didn't put that down. But that's like as minor, like that's like nitpicks, like. But go on.
So I'm gonna say, despite your nitpicks, I think the outro was also not so bad. The beat underneath it, I actually gave this 5 stars. I found this extremely easy to listen to, and I listened to this multiple times, so I gave this 5 stars. I thought she had some gangster lines, and I liked the way she started the album with this track.
It's fair.
There you go. Yeah, I liked it too. I think that she has like, it's a good move coming out with like aggressive and like braggadocious like lines. She sounds confident. The instrumental I really like, the combination of the violin and the drums, like they created this like uplifting and like energetic sound for her to rap over like quite easily. I like the outro because you could, it's a stretch, but you could connect it with Juno, like the title of the album, and obviously the goddess as well, being the concern with children, because like it's the outro talks something about like mothers and the ills that are happening to their children, and you could say that the outro is like a call to action for mothers to confront and deal with these ills rather than like just be upset and accept the situations. So I like another, like, as you know, a big thing about an album for me, it needs to be a story from start to finish. So I need to see this theme of the gods like throughout. So I liked how I could connect it to the opening skit.
But there is a lot of that throughout this album. Just like, talking about not accepting your position, like where you are in life, and always pushing for greatness.
Yeah. I don't like fun. Strangely, I don't mind the absence of like a hook in this track. Because usually like I need a hook unless it's a really good like song.
There aren't a lot of hooks on this album. There aren't many.
Yeah, because like a hook for me is something that you remember, like, and it, like you sing in your head. Like think about like Mandela, for example. Think about I don't know. Think about American Pie. Like think about like those songs. Like the hook is what stays in your mind, other than like dope bars and stuff. So yeah, but I didn't mind it on this track. But it does make it less of a song for me. It makes it more of a track. Solid start, nonetheless, and definitely worthy of 4 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
I'm interested to see how we keep going in this album.
Me too.
Because already we've got a little bit of, back and forth.
Well, that's what we want. That's what we want to hear.
Now, let's see if Ché Noir will win, lose, or draw. Track number 3, win, lose, or draw. Matt, do you want to kick this one off?
Sure, bloody do. The background vocals were the first thing I noticed. Like, it stood out to me. Those soulful, like, repeating vocals. And I love it. I also think the simple beat, Champions. Oh, I can't say her name.
Ché Noir.
Champions, Ché Noir's lyrics.
Ché Noir.
So I feel like that's going to be a theme in this album. There's going to be like semi-bangers, but like not banger enough to like overpower Ché Noir.
He's done
it.
Can I just interject and ask you both? Mixing and mastering on this track, did you have any issues? Did you write anything down?
No.
I didn't have too many issues with it.
This song was atrocious in terms of mixing and mastering. Could barely hear the song.
Maybe you have a better ear for that than me.
Okay. Because that was my biggest gripe. So I don't know, and if you guys aren't going to mention it, I want to mention it now. But go on.
It's hard too, because it's like I gave the last track obviously 4 stars, and like if I was to compare that to like 4-star tracks of like Flatbush Zombies or Sci-Hi or Royce, like the 4-star tracks would become like 2-star tracks.
So I struggled with that too. I struggled with exactly the same thing on this album. Like going back, and I wanted to give something a 4 on this, and then I was like, but wait a second, I gave a 4 to this song on Flatbush Zombies, and I love that song.
Yeah, exactly. So
this is the album where I struggled.
But you've got to try and just compare it to what the album has given you so far. So it's like, I gave this song 4 stars. On this track, I started being like, all right, I don't naturally gravitate like towards her sound in the beginning. However, it's grown on me. Like I remember the first time I listened to this album all the way through, she just sounded like any other rapper. She didn't have anything unique to her voice for me personally. But then after a few listens, I was like, I felt I got more into her. So maybe she grows on you over time. That's what I'm trying to say. And I also would like to say I really dig the outro on this track because it reminds me of like Tupac preaching. Like it's actually sounded like Tupac. I don't know if it is or not. Probably not. But
it's definitely not.
Yeah. But like I really like that. And yeah, it's 4 stars, but it's missing. It's still missing something to go any higher than that at this stage. Over to you, Aaron.
Well, I also gave this 4 stars, and I don't know. I didn't have a problem with the mixing and mastering on this.
This is where it ends for me. Like for some reason, the first 2 songs, like listening to them in my headphones, the difference in sound quality between the first 2 and the rest of the album it puzzled me. I couldn't understand why the first 2 songs sounded like they did.
Yeah, because I've listened to this album many times. Because it is so easy to get through. 23 minutes? Like you can get in the car and you just listen, and you don't even get to your destination. It's that quick. But I never had a problem with this song. The reason it goes down in my book is because a 2.5-minute song with a long outro. It's kind of a little bit. We're starting to have, we're 3 tracks in. We had 1 outro, and now it's 2 songs with an outro, and it's a short song. I kind of would have preferred to have a little bit more in terms of lyricism. And the lyricism here isn't the best. Like, it's good, but it's not the best. Like, I mean, her best line is, I had to show me who's in charge. If a bitch lay a hand on me, then she's going to lose an arm.
Yeah.
That's, to me, the best line.
Yeah.
And I know which one you're going to hate, Danny, based on what you've said.
Oh, yes.
Being broke just killed my spirit. I was comfortable stuck, and it killed my sex drive. I couldn't fuck for a month.
Oh, yes.
Well, I knew you wouldn't like that line.
Because I just don't want to hear that. Like, the hardest thing about being broke was that she didn't feel like having sex. That's not hard. Like, it might be genuine, but I don't want to hear that shit.
But other than that, like, I thought the beat was good. I liked the sample. She had that line where she was like, I had to bite the bullet, got the teeth of a vampire. I'll creep till I can't find her, sleep with a lamp by us, in danger of a neglected seed because they can't guide us, burn a village down and feel the heat like a campfire. It almost has potential when she has that vampire, burn a village down, and then she ruins it with campfire. It's just
yes, oh yeah, you've nailed it again.
Because when I associate you burning a village down, I associate guerrilla warfare. I associate, just mass murder, like, 100%. All these things that are really not pleasant, and then you swap it with, and you use it like, oh, it's like a campfire.
Yes.
But campfires are really nice.
Yes. I agree.
So that was my big criticism in terms of the lyrics. But I gave this 4 stars. It's not there to get 5 stars, and potentially could even go down to like a 3.5, just because there's some almost thematic issues where if you're trying to be gangster, the gangster has to hit the whole way through.
Yeah. You
can't do half a gangster line and then half not. It kind of weakens your place. But I gave this 4 stars.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you guys have basically hit on everything I was going to say. Like, my issue with the mixing and stuff, like, you guys just don't have an issue with, but like, that just really got to me. And this is where it ends. This is like the last song where I have an issue. Like, everything else for some reason sounds good. Just the first 2 songs. Like Matt said, yeah, go on.
It's because it's sort of like your ear has like accustomed to the sound of a new artist and a new producer. I feel like it takes time for you.
Yeah, but I listened to this album 10 times. I've listened to the whole thing through 10 times. And the first 2 songs, that's the issue.
Okay.
Yeah, like I would like to. I didn't listen to it in the car. I've only listened to it through my headphones. Good headphones though. But I imagine if we all sat in the car together and put this track on in particular, it would not bang. It would not hit. It would not. The bass wouldn't kick in. Nothing.
No.
But anyway, like you said, Matt, though, the vocal sample, so good. Like, that's my shit. But and like Aaron picked out the quotes that I hated, that killed my sex drive. I couldn't fuck for a month. No one wants to hear that. And then the hardest line was the lose an arm thing. That was so cool. But you missed the best line maybe was her last line where she goes, and none of these rap ends never will top me. And that's a hard pill to swallow, but I'm Bill Cosby.
I just didn't get the reference to Bill Cosby.
But you know that he slipped women drinks and fucked them.
That's what I missed. I actually didn't. I knew that he did some bad shit, but I actually didn't know that he did specifically that stuff.
That's why it's the best line, because like none of these rappers will top me, and that's a hard pill to swallow. But I'm Bill Cosby. Like, you don't want to hear that, but I'm going to make you hear that. I'm going to slip that shit in your drink, and you're going to hear me say I'm better than you. So that is actually a quality line. But you mentioned the skit, and the skit brings up another issue that I have with Big Ché, because the skit, whoever's speaking on that skit, what he's saying, he delivers it with way more conviction than the way she spits her lyrics. Like, the person in the skit actually believes what he's saying. She just lacks something in delivery, like a bit too monotone. I don't know what it is, but like, and I think we've been spoilt with like Sci-Hi and Meech in the last 2 reviews, but she is clearly not on their level, especially in terms of energy that she brings to a song and charisma. She has no charisma. She has like her personality. What's her personality? I don't get anything from her. Like, That's my big issue with her so far.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, not everyone has to be Michi Darko. Not everyone has to be Sci-Hi. But I need something. I need you to tell me who you are, like
you have
through
to be if you
your
want to be
style.
memorable.
Yeah, exactly. So I need to see something more. But she had a couple of good lines, couple of not so good lines. I love the sample. Mixing was weak for me. This is 3 stars.
Ooh, the first 3.
Stars, yeah.
So, Matt, what did you give it?
I gave it a big 4.
Big 4. Nothing but consistent from Matt. But it is interesting that, we're getting these opinions. Like, I don't think we're too far off, just a little bit in the rating. But that's what life is like in the concrete jungle where we live. Track number 4.
I saw that coming a mile away.
Jungle. Well, what can I say, Danny? You and I know each other pretty well, so you must just know what I'm thinking all the time.
I sure do.
So, track 4, Concrete Jungle. I might kick this one off, baby. I like this beat. Again, violin, heavy drums. It's a match made in heaven. Like, I just reckon violin and heavy drums go together so well, and if you can add a bit of piano every now and again, that'd be even better. But it's interesting because, again, like for the first time, we have features on this album.
Big feature.
Yeah, so we got
big features here, big.
Eto'o and J Black. I've never heard of either of those two.
You haven't heard of Samuel Eto'o? Played for Barcelona.
No, I've heard of him, but I didn't know he went into rapping.
Yeah, that's it. He's the one.
Yeah, I reckon that this was pretty good from Ché Noir. Her best lines, in my opinion, were, "Sometimes I feel like I'm the safest alone.
Yes.
They ain't dying from old age. It's for a blade or a chrome. Most of my pairs are lying in a grave with no soul. Sometimes I see them. I can't tell if it's an angel or a ghost."
Yeah,
they were her best lines. But I think this is where she falls down. Eto's hook was like meh. I didn't really think it added that much as a hook, but
trash.
It just it did nothing for me. But I think where Ché Noir loses is because J Black's voice is really sick. Like he's got a really grimy voice, and it's really similar to the challenge that Zombie Juice and Angel Arc Elliott face when they go up against Michi Darko. When you compete with someone on, especially when their voice is really grimy and just like that feel, you're going to struggle to come out on top. And that's what I thought J Black did.
But can you of all the features, is there anyone who didn't have a better voice than her?
Well, Eto'o didn't, but
he's the one. But he doesn't even have a verse.
The people who rap, no.
Yeah.
I think that's where she struggles, but I think you touched on a really good point in the last song. She can potentially be a little bit too monotone.
Yeah.
And that's why, whereas with the other rappers, their fluctuations in voice give them a little bit more feeling, whereas she's saying the right things almost, but she's not delivering on them the same way.
100%.
I also wasn't a huge fan of this outro that was like, stay in your lane, like, don't do things, just stay in your lane, do what you're good at. But it's almost like, how do you find out what you're good at if you can't try stuff? So I kind of didn't necessarily agree. J Black had the weaker verse lyrically, but overall, I gave this song 3 stars. It was pretty average.
Interesting.
Danny Dog, take it away.
The Danny Dog. Doggy Dog. Yeah, so you actually pretty much touched on everything that I was going to say. So yeah, mixing and mastering issues are gone, and the beat is like, now we're hitting some kind of decent beat. 38 Spesh is cooking now. He's no DJ Premier, he's no Apollo Brown, but he's having a go. And Ché Noir comes. This is like the nicest she's sounded so far. Like she has a really nice rhyme scheme. If you notice, like every at the end of all her lines, it's always oh, 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 like that. It's cool when people use the same sound to rhyme throughout the whole verse, and she does it here. Like you pointed out, sometimes I feel like I'm the safest alone. They ain't dying from old age, it's from a blade or a chrome. Imagery. Gangster. That's right. You missed the one. I'm on a grind. I don't rest or get tired. I'm cool under pressure. I don't even sweat near the fire. That is cool. And then she follows that up with road to riches. Don't let bumpy roads mess up your tires. And when it comes to eat, don't let greed mess up your diet. So just a cool, solid code to live by. And, braggadocio lyrics is you're always going to get me. You're always going to win me. Hook is absolute
garbage.
Trash. No, like genuine, one of the worst hooks I've ever heard. Because it's not even a hook. It's way too wordy. He's basically trying to sneak in a verse. Like, it's the opposite of catchy. Like, he's just saying words. Like, he's basically got an 8-bar verse twice and trying to make it sound like a hook, and it's
my
just
question to you
horrible.
Is, do you think when they got in the studio, like, do you think when they finished the track, they're like, oh yeah, that hook's fire. Yeah, like, yeah, let's put that on the album. Like, do you think they genuinely like this?
That's the thing. Like, but you can say that about any song that you don't like, really. Like, you can say any 2-star, 3-star song and be like, geez, they got out of the studio and said put that shit on the album. This is going to be a hit. Like, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know in this case, because like maybe she was like reaching out. We don't know who Eto or Jai Black is. They might just be part of her crew and like, oi, come on, I'm making an album, hop on. And unfortunately, he did a piece of shit hook, and she was like, well, he's my mate. I got to keep it on. So you never know. You never know. But like Aaron was saying, Jai Black, never heard of him, cool voice, and that goes a long way. And he was talking that drug shit, and that always gets me too. Not much in the way of quotable lines, though. Like, there's nothing I would quote out of his verse, but, voice over verse in this one. So, yeah. You were talking about the skit. I like the skit. It's the message, just stay in your lane, is like, that's just ghetto mentality. Like that is the mentality you would experience, in the streets.
Yeah.
If you're going to be a drug dealer, be the best drug dealer. I don't know. I think it's real. I think it's true. And it does actually link in on the next song. She does mention, like, I don't know, one of you was saying like the skits link into the songs, and they do a lot.
Yeah.
You'll see in the next song, she ends her verse with like, stay in your lane or something. So maybe that's why she put the skit in, but I like the skit. And
do the skits link into the title of the album though?
Well, I don't know. I didn't pick up on the theme of Juno, to be honest.
Yeah.
Maybe like it's a stretch with like, it's a stretch, but well, it's not really a stretch, but like, maybe I'm taking it more literally, but like Aaron's point about, it's the gods, like, not the gods of like Greek, but like the rap gods and stuff, but like, I'll get to a very juicy point about that later on in this podcast and linking herself to the gods of rap.
Okay. Yeah, well, you did the research. Like, I didn't know anything about Juno being the god of women or whatever you're saying, so I just... The title literally meant nothing to me. I just listened to the music. But, like, it'd be interesting to see what you say. But, yeah, in this song, Ché Noir, this is the best she's sounded so far. Hook is trash. And Jai Black is good enough.
My man.
So, yeah, 3.5 stars.
He's risen from 3.
Yeah.
Getting better. It is the first track on this whole album that sounds like a more complete song to me.
Because of a hook?
Not just because of the hook. I said because it has multiple verses.
Did you say? What did you say?
How dare you? I wrote on my notes.
That's worse. That's worse.
Just tell me what you think.
Yeah, don't tell me what you said 2 days ago. Tell me what you think.
I think that it sounds like a complete song because it has multiple verses. It has a hook, despite it being trash. It has a hook. It has full-bodied production.
So a trash hook is better than no hook at all.
Yeah, just give me a song. Give me a whole thing.
No. Leave your shit hooks at home.
Yeah.
I enjoy the features on this song, especially the artist who spits the second verse.
But you also enjoy the hook. That is what you said. That is what you wrote down. Don't lie.
Isn't there another artist?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's Echo and Jay Black. That's it.
Echo on the hook and Jay Black does one verse.
Oh, maybe I meant to. Well, I should have just said one feature then.
Your naughty writing.
I know.
Letting you down.
Yeah, I am. His voice is just so gritty. It's just like, but yeah, still 4 stars. There's nothing like overly impressive. However, it's a complete song.
4 stars, 4 stars, 4 stars from you.
Yeah, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Well, I think we're all praying that it gets better and keeps moving forward. The next song, track 5, Pray. Who wants this one?
I think you want it, Aaron.
I definitely want this. So this one was another short track. I think, very short. Again, nice melodic sound. And I liked Ché Noir's lines here. She does have that bit about sneaker deals and you'll never fit in my shoes. I'm going to be a success and all that kind of stuff. Like, I like the messaging. She doesn't deliver it in the most gangster way, but I don't mind it that much. And honestly, no hook because the bars are good. And I also love when they let a beat breathe. When you've got a nice beat, you don't need to have a hook because sometimes it's just pleasant to listen to no one talking over the top of it. So I don't have an issue with no hooks. The only time I have an issue with no hooks is when the bars are shit. So, yeah, I thought she did a pretty good job. But I think the takeaway from this is Ransom. He spits fire the whole time. Like, I almost wrote down every single one of the bars he had because he just goes on about some real gangster shit. Like, we play and talk a different language. See, every bar I spit is a horror flick. Fuck this artist shit. I'm hard as bricks, was a man of the house before my father split.
Love that. I love
My heart is sick, faces of victims that haunt me, demons that haunt me. What do you mean when the fiend is your auntie? I got ends that Timberlands that be dreaming to stomp me. Like, he just goes on and on after bar after bar after bar of just gangster shit. And just that line of he's the man of the house before his father split is so cool.
Yeah, I love that too.
Because it's like the irony is like whenever the dad splits, like you become the man of the house, but he was already there. Yeah. You don't need to change. And so, yeah, like I think he wins this track for me. Like, he wins all day, unfortunately, against Ché Noir. But having said that, she did a pretty good job because she said, it's headshots, you ain't stopping shit if you wear a vest, body leaking, call housekeeping, in here to mop up. I left so much blood on the floor, it could feel a hot tub.
Yeah. Like,
they're her best lines, and I think they're her best lines of the album so far. But
no way. On the first song when she said, I forgot what do you know the line I'm thinking of?
Do you want me to tell it for you?
Yeah, please. We both got guns, but see, I spray with mine. You gon' die with yours.
Okay. Well, yes, that one's better, but close second. this one, I gave this song 5 stars. This was bars and beat for me. This is replayability. I'd listen to this all day.
Say 5 stars.
Yeah.
His first 5 of the second of the album.
Jeez, that's interesting.
Move over Sci-Hi.
I know. Yeah, move over 50 Cent. Move over Eminem. Move over Biggie Smalls.
No, but can you tell me a better combination of 5-star tracks than Art of War?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I like that. All right, Matt, hit us with some truth. Hit us with a truth bomb.
I knew Aaron would love this track. I just knew it. I knew it would be a 5-star because it has a 50 Cent beat.
Does it?
This is a 50 Cent beat. This is like something I can hear him like rapping over. It's silky smooth with a little bit of hard hittingness to it. And yeah, the like hero of this song, other than obviously Ransom, who also steals the show for me, is the beat. Yeah, that instrumental is very nice. The best line you've already mentioned, Aaron, the hot tubby one. And
the hot tubby one.
Yeah, hot tubbies.
Yeah, the reason why Ransom is so good, he actually has a commanding voice and his delivery is very good as well. And that's not something I should be saying about a feature. That's something I should be saying about the main artist on this track, like on the album. If your features are better than you, it's time to quit the game.
I think that's harsh. She's still very young and very early in the game.
She needs to stay in her lane, Aaron. She needs to stay in her lane.
You could say that probably about a lot of artists who have blown up, though. Like, they were all young ones too, but, like, I feel like, I don't know, she's got a lot of, like, developing to do. Or maybe she just needs to get shitter features then.
By that logic, every time Eminem beats someone on their own track, they should retire.
Yeah.
So 50 Cent shouldn't have released his first album. The Game shouldn't have done any of his albums because as soon as Eminem comes on, he beats you. That's it. Game over. Go home.
It's true. See, but that's all we need in like, well, that's all I need in my life is just Eminem. Like, you know, if I just have his, you know, discography, I'll be set.
Is that it? You're done?
It's probably my favorite like track overall so far on this album. It's just too bloody short. I just want more. You know what Ché's problem is? What big Ché's is?
Other than the ones you've already mentioned?
Yeah.
Other than the ones I've already mentioned.
Other than being a shit rapper, what are her problems?
First, she needs to start pronouncing her name correctly. And then, secondly, she needs to increase the duration of her tracks.
Oh, my God.
No, but I knew this would come up at some point because what you're now rating her on is what she doesn't have in her songs, i.e. length. But I would take a shorter track over a long track for no reason. If you don't have the bars to make a long track, then don't make a long track.
And she does not have bars.
No, but like this track has the potential for me to be 5 stars with that beat. But what I'm saying is she hasn't given listeners the chance to get into her music before she shuts that shit down. Like, I don't know, like it just left me hanging, and I was just like, I want to give this 5, but because you're a little Ché, I'm not. So I said, look, I'm just going to finish it with this. This is a very good track for Ché, and I will give it 4 stars, and I will do a little spoiler alert. This track for me is my favorite instrumental on the album. Even of the ones that are coming. So I really like this beat. I knew Aaron would like it. I liked it. I want to hear what Big Danny Dog has to say.
For a second, I thought you were going to say, Matt, that the spoiler was that every song on this album is rated 4 stars.
Yeah.
That would give it a very high score, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, to be honest. I wonder how that'd go in the algorithm.
Yeah, well, we're looking at 80%, I think.
Yeah,
Danny
well,
Dog.
I
Are
mean,
you crying?
the thing about going last is that everyone says everything that you're going to say before you get to say it. Like, you guys have
Well, you've got
said
to jump in.
everything. Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, you know, you picked the lines that I liked. You know, the hot tubbies, you know, Teletubbies hot tubbies. It's a great line. But what I want to say is Ché Noir, and I think you guys said this, like, she has good bars, but once again, delivery. There's no delivery. Like, the hot tub bars they're hard bars, but they should be delivered hard. And she doesn't deliver it. She just she just throws it away, like, nonchalantly. It's not what I want. It's not what I want to hear. The one line you guys didn't mention that you know linked in with the last skit was where she says at the end, "I'm gonna be the best in whatever lane I choose. Stayed on my grind. Now my dreams feel like deja vu." So like that does connect with the last song, "Stay in Your Lane," but it's also just clever. Like, you know, she achieved her goals as a rapper. That's what she's saying. Like, her dreams are now deja vu. They've happened. But let me tell you something. They have not. The song just reaches a new energy level when Ransom comes on. Like, it's a new song as soon as he starts. Like,
yeah,
so, you know, your ears perk up. You're like, oh, hang on, something's going on. Something's happened. Nothing was happening before, and now something's happened.
We've had the intro, now it's time for the main.
Exactly. And that is a problem. And that is a problem that you are going to see over and over again. In a short album, it's going to happen many times. Like, he's just way more engaging. He's got funny bars. I play with force. I used to hustle right by the Asian store. I didn't plan it, but I've seen murders that got my vision slanted. But kind of racist, but I think he gets away with it, to be honest. And yeah, the horror flick line is just cool. Definitely enjoyed his verse way more than Ché Noir's. I'm not in love with the beat as much as you guys are, though. I think it's decent and it's repetitive. It just goes over and over and over again. There's no change to it. It's just the same sound repeated over and over. So not as impressed as you guys are. She had some decent bars. 3.5 stars.
Jeez.
Maybe they should change the album to Juno by Ransom and 38 Spesh featuring Ché Noir.
Well, I think you're speaking too soon because my favourite feature has not come up yet.
Ooh, spoiler.
And if it's not the same as you guys, then you guys are dumb.
Dumb.
Yeah.
What we're getting through all these reviews is that Danny clearly thinks he's always right.
I'm joking.
Danny thinks the crown sits firmly on his head.
Oh, that's the way to do it. That is how it's done.
Well, I'm retiring. This podcast is over. You guys continue. Track number 6, Crown. I'm going to sit here and shut up. Danny, you go. You got some shit to say.
Do I?
Yeah, because otherwise, if you don't go, we'll say all your shit, mate.
Yeah, you've been picking up the pieces.
Okay, I'm ready. Okay, let me go. So, Crown featuring Planet Asia and Street Justice. Is that the worst rapper name you've ever heard? Street Justice?
It sounds like a cartoon character for 5-year-old kids that's all about, like, make sure you pick up your litter.
Yeah. And Planet Asia almost as well, except I've heard his songs, so like I'm used to his name, but if you just came and saw Planet Asia, you'd be like, what is that? Is that like a restaurant? What is that? But anyway, the skit at the start of this song is trash. The song starts by being trash. Okay? The skit is way too preachy. Like, decent message, but I don't want to be preached at. And the fact of the matter is, the message is not aimed at me. So I can't really connect with it. It's just not, you know, it's not for me. It's for someone else. So I don't connect with it. It ruins any momentum that the album may have had because it's just silence with a lady speaking, people chanting. It's the worst way to start the song, which sucks because this beat is a good beat. When it kicks in, it's got like this old school boom bap vibe. And I just wish it started straight away. If the beat started straight away, this song would have been at least half a star better. No hook. That's a theme of the album. No hook. I'm not angry about that. Not overly impressed with Ché again. I especially take issue when she says, now it's top 5 debates when they mention my name on the list with rappers they consider the greats. I mean, I'm all for braggadocious rap, but I just don't buy it when she says it. Like, if you're going to be braggadocious, you really have to sell that shit and say it like you mean it, and she doesn't sell it. She doesn't even have a body of work to back up anything that she's saying. Like when Roy said, you know, what did he say? Something about, but I never ate goat. Like when he said that, she was like, oh shit, he might be the goat.
Yeah, you are what you eat, but I never ate goat.
Yeah, but delivery, the way he delivered it, she's just like, yeah, top 5 when they mentioned my name. Biggie, Tupac, Ché Noir, baby. Who's putting her next to Biggie and Tupac? No one ever. So yeah, not impressed with her lyrics, her delivery. Planet Asia, what a voice. Yeah. We can all agree. Great voice. Not sure about the verse. And I actually hate it when he says, I'm a cold dude and I'm more than just a name. I'm a whole move. What does that mean?
No, didn't he say whole mood?
Does he?
I thought he said, I'm a whole mood.
I'm pretty sure he said move. I'm a cold dude and I'm more than just a name. I'm a whole move, as in movement. Like I'm a movement.
Because I thought mood is in like, I'll change your mood.
I'm pretty sure it's move.
Matt, what do you think?
Matt. Well, he obviously didn't.
I didn't catch it.
There's no Rap Genius. Can't look it up.
No, didn't catch it.
Well, I'm 85% sure that he says move because it makes sense that I'm more than just a name. I'm a whole movement. But he says move.
I guess.
And the fact that that line bugs me so much because I think it's move and it should be movement. And even if it was mood, I'm more than just a name. I'm a whole mood. That doesn't make sense either. That makes no sense. So he's just got shit lines.
Yeah.
Anyway, no matter what way you slice it, mood, move, it's all shit if you ask me. So, like, I don't know what he's saying. No one says I am a move. His verse isn't good. Street Justice steals the song hands down. He
Best
has the
feature
voice
on the album.
100%. He's got the voice and the lyrics. He's got everything. Like, so much deceit in the hearts of men. It's dark within. I can't even count my sins. Where would I begin? From the first bar, he's got you. He's got you. Okay? And then he keeps going. And then I'll just pick one more line. You might have picked, 3 other different lines. But I picked, the court of law tried to box me in with a 5 to 10. Friends tried to count me out. Now they count me in. When you up, people praise you. Same people who showing love ain't showing up when they cage you. Like, he definitely saved this song. He is a 5-star feature.
Yeah.
That makes a 3.5-star song.
Yeah, I think you pretty much nailed it on the head, Danny. Because Ché Noir was weak here. Planet Asia disappointed me as well because I actually like Planet Asia, but he's really weak here. It's almost like he just didn't care.
No,
like here's my verse. My voice sounds good. That's enough. And Street Justice, he went for it. And his last line to me was really good. Like, most end, living or dying, but death threats always come true. Trust. It's like, it's just he starts with a banger line. He ends with a banger line. He steals the show. And like you said, Danny, other than that, there's not much to brag home to. Like, you wouldn't say anything else. You wouldn't recommend this song based on anything else in it. I gave this 3 stars, but if Street Justice wasn't there with his bars, it would have been a trash song, and it would have been skip after skip after skip.
Definitely. But, like, I would actually come back to listen to his verse. Is how good his verse is.
On the weight of it, it's average, but his verse, I just want his verse alone. I don't want to listen to the rest of it.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, next project, Street Justice.
Hey, I'm getting to that. That is genuinely my take. Well, I'll just say it now. Street Justice. I'm looking for his album way before I'm looking for Ché Noir. Way before.
Not if I get to it first.
Hey. All right.
I'm up next, baby, too. All right, Crowny. Dope beat. I'm going to keep this short because you've already said everything.
Oh, no. So
Dope
sorry.
Beat.
So sorry.
Dope beat. Shit intro. Maybe I should just do my reviews like this, just a couple of words.
Yeah. Cut to the quick, mate.
Dope beat. Shit intro. Shittest line on a list with the rappers they consider the greats. Ché, you're not on the list with the rappers they consider the greats. And it's a testament to how shit that line is when your feature comes up and beats you on the track where you said you're on a list with the rappers they consider the greats. Because Street Justice isn't on the list, so you certainly aren't on the list.
Yeah,
that's very true.
I like that.
So, yep, that was shit too. If not just Ché, but any rapper wants to prove that they are on a list with the rappers they consider the greats, don't follow it up with 2 features. Like, straight after that, do another verse. She needs more verses on her tracks. Like, it's very, at this point, it felt very heavy, feature heavy to me, and there hasn't even been that many features. So it feels like I'm not getting enough of Ché, but maybe I don't want any more of Ché. I don't know. Who knows?
He's given up.
I think she has like potential, but she's not giving herself or her listeners the chance to see what she is capable of, in my opinion. This is a 3-star track.
For a second, I thought you were going to say 4-star again.
I've broken it up. Just to let you know, though, that was a, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4. That was a 4-star run of 4 stars.
Yeah. Point me in the direction of 4 other 4-star run songs that compete with that.
Sorry, let me clarify. That was 4 stars based on Ché's work, not based on anyone else. Yeah. See, like, looking now, I need to go back and review the Sci-Hi and the Flatbush one and the Royce one, because if I'm giving those 4 tracks 4 stars, then the whole bloody album is 5 stars for every other.
That's the thing. We needed this. We needed this to balance out our rating system. Like we started too strong. We need a balance. It's good. Thanos is here, baby.
No, but if you think about it, think how much effort went into the allegory. Like, so much thought went into that. You know what? I'm gonna call it. You know how with Bloody Floody and Psy, that they were both
The Floody Boys.
Stop laughing.
What are the Floody Boys up to these days?
They were both mixtapes, right? That felt like albums.
Yeah.
This is an album that feels.
It sounds like shit.
It sounds like a shit mixtape.
Yeah.
Look, I think shit is pretty harsh.
Oh, we're joking.
Yeah, no, we are joking. But it sounds like a mediocre at best mixtape. So, like, you know, you gotta, I don't know. She's got to sort her shit out, I think, to be honest. And also, speaking, because this album is on Apple Music isn't actually just, you know, Ché's fault. It's 38 Spesh's fault as well. So,
oh,
to be honest with you,
it's a fun Asian fault. Well,
Ché needs to, you know, gather herself, and 38 needs to consider whether producing is for him.
That is so harsh. The way you talk about it is as if this is the worst piece of shit music you've ever heard.
It's so funny.
Look, it's not the worst thing I've ever heard. That's for sure.
You could have fooled me, Matt. You really could have fooled me.
Look, it's providing the lol, so.
Well, I'm going to say Ché Noir has to decide, is she an MC or is she a rapper?
I know which one I'm plumping for.
Matt, let's go. You're on a roll.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's only downhill from here, baby. All right, so.
But yeah, track 7, MC versus rapper, the skit.
2 stars. Again, another 2-star skit for me. Interesting and kind of cool in the sense that, like, they're speaking about their thoughts between the difference between an MC and a rapper. I haven't really thought about that too much, differentiating between the two, so it's kind of cool. Doesn't connect for me with the previous skits. Like, you know, how Royce, Sci-Hi did in their projects. I guess you could stretch and say it connects with some of the themes of the album, you know, but
well, she's top 5.
Wasn't for me.
Great, she's top 5.
Well, that leads to my next point about this track. Based on the definition of an MC presented in this skit, Ché Noir, Schweiner, whatever you want to call her,
Schweiner.
She is coming across to me as more of a rapper.
Rather than
MC. That's my vote. We'll see what you boys say. She's a rapper because she hasn't exactly motivated or moved me from the energy that comes out of her lyrics. And that is what the definition in this track says.
Dang.
10 years from now, I do not see myself picking up this record and playing it. And then, well, that's so far anyway, and we're into track 7. So she's got to knock my socks off with 8, 9, and 10.
Oof. Aaron, you got anything to say?
I do. I was just going to say, Matt, you've probably nailed it. It's a long skit. It's a minute out of a 23-minute album that's dedicated to this skit. It's such a long portion of such a short album to be given to a skit. And I do like the differentiation between an MC and a rapper, but like you said, Matt, this perfectly sets her up to fail, much like the previous line where she said she's in the top 5. Unfortunately, just because you say it doesn't make it true. You got to deliver. And it's kind of one of these ones where being braggadocious only works when you deliver on the braggadocious lines that you say. You can't say that you're the best and say that you're an MC and that you're like one of the best of all time if you can't beat the features on your tracks. Unfortunately, when you don't deliver a full, and I mean full as in more than 23-minute album, If it was 23 minutes of just bars, then maybe we could turn around and say, yeah, really good. But so far, it's been a lot of skits and it's been a number of features, and you're questioning how much is she really there. This skit actually hurts her more than it gives her in this scenario.
Yeah, for sure.
I wonder what she was hoping to, like, for listeners to, like, get out of this skit.
Oh, she genuinely thinks she's a great rapper. You can't blame her for that.
A great no, but like it paints MCs in a better light. So I think she thinks she's a great MC.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. She thinks she's a great MC, and, you know, all the other rappers who just rap about nothing, you know, are below her.
Mate, she's on some revival shit. She's got people, you know.
Nah, she's on some Queen City shit.
That makes no sense.
Yeah, because she thinks she's the queen.
That's the next track. The next track.
Track 8, Queen City. Matt, you haven't taken a song for a while. You do a lot of skit reviews, but why don't you lead this one off?
But hold on, did Danny want to say anything about track 7 or?
Well, you guys basically said everything. I'll just say, if I have to say something, if you're forcing me to say something, I'll just say that, you know, she's differentiating between MCs and rappers and trying to say that, you know, MCs are better and she is an MC. That's the kind of shit you don't put on a skit. That's the kind of shit you put on a song. That is what braggadocious songs are all about. How I'm better than you. You're shit. I'm the best. Come up with cool bars to say that. Don't just get someone else to say it on a skit. That's not interesting. No one wants to hear that. Like on a 10 song album, and you put a skit that's just talking shit that means nothing. That's all I have to say.
Also think about the placement of her verses in her songs. Like, for example, Ransom, like, finish the song. For example, Street Justice, you know, finishes the song. Like, maybe she's not capable of finishing, like, as well as...
But she goes first because, like, it's her song. That's probably why. Like, she leads it off.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
right.
but yeah, you can mix it up though. It's actually, now that you say it, she always goes first in all songs. Yeah. But usually, like, there's usually a thing where if you think you have the best verse, you go last. That is a thing. Like, especially in ciphers and stuff, like when people are rapping, to rap, if you think you have the best verse, you tell people, all right, I'm going to go last because I'm going to blow you all away. So you could read into that a little bit.
Even in sports as well. Think about, like, I don't know, athletics and, like, relay races. Like, the strongest always finishes.
True. It's true. They probably didn't think about that, but you can definitely
read into it.
Yeah, read into it like that.
Now we can go to track 8, Queen City. Danny, it turns out you had something to say after all. So Queen City, Matt, lead this away.
Okay, I don't really have much to say here. This is the winding down track of the album for me. That's what it feels like. Interestingly though, I've liked her flow.
Yes.
It's probably my favourite of hers so far.
Yes.
On the album. The beat is forgettable. There is nothing overly special about this song other than her flow. In my opinion, 3 stars. Probably 3 stars purely for the flow. Probably being generous there. I'm being very generous there, actually. But 3 stars because of the flow.
Yeah, I think you're being harsh.
I'm scared that I'm being insanely generous.
Okay.
Especially after all the shit talk we've just done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do this. Because yeah, Matt's right. Like, this is the one song out of everything that's come and everything that's gonna come, where she actually switches up her flow and injects a little bit of energy into a song.
Yeah.
This is the one song. She has a good flow, good energy, good bars. I think she has
Agreed.
Like, sometimes life is a bitch. Give her a hug and kiss. when she gone, life is a bitch you don't want to miss. She delivers it. She actually delivers it. Like, I didn't deliver it as well as she did. I also I put racks in a safe.
Yeah.
Aim at a snitch, put a rat in a grave. Disrespect the team, you get slapped in the face. I don't fuck with these new ends rapping today. Like, that's a solid line. She should have been doing this the whole album.
Agreed.
She's flowing when she's saying these things. There's no hook, and it didn't need one. I enjoyed the instrumental enough that just letting it play on its own is all I needed. You don't need a hook if the instrumental's good enough. We just needed way more of this on the album, and way sooner than we got it. And I don't know, like, I'm giving this 5 stars.
No!
Yeah.
Because just compared to everything else, maybe. And I'm not even going to think about 5-star songs that I've given to, Flatbush and Sci-Hi. Like, this is just, on this album, this is a 5-star song.
Mate, this is no guitar melody, that's for sure.
Well, that's true. But I think this is the best that she can do. And it sounds good. It sounds good. It's pleasing to listen to.
Yeah. I'm going to say I agree with you, Danny. Her flow is really good here. She's faster. She's into it. She's just more passionate. There's passion here as opposed to the other tracks that we've heard so far. And she also said, ends rapping, but they best shit is average.
Yeah.
Like, that's just it's a good line. I don't really have much else. Sorry, I don't have much else to say other than I thought this was good, and I thought this was also 5 stars.
Yeah. I mean, compared to everything else, it's got to be 5 stars. But Aaron, you've only given like 2 other songs 5 stars.
Yeah, I gave 2 other songs 5 stars. Maybe I need to review it, but I think that overall, you'll see in the end of at the end of my whole review, where it ends up, I think I even it out just based on a few critiques. I definitely take into account album structure in this for sure.
Yeah.
So, but this one is definitely 5 stars. It's the one where she sounds the most different and the one where she actually shows that she can do different things. The problem is she's left it really late. Out of 10 tracks, she's left it to track 8 to show something different, and we'll see that she just is about to go back, and the fruits of her labor are about to be all undone by the next song.
Oh, can I just start? I'm just going to start this.
Yeah, track 9.
All right.
Track 9, Fruits of My Labor.
Yeah.
Actually, can we just skip to track 10?
That is so true. I hate this song. I hate this song. The beat is so boring and dull, and she wastes no time getting back to her average ass flow. Like, she's spitting just standard struggle bars. Her best line is a Nas line from Illmatic. Don't make me introduce you to the cousin of sleep. That's Nas said that. And he said it way better than she did. Like, even if she had 3 or 4 quotable lines on this song, I still wouldn't want to listen to it. The beat is pure trash. I just can't listen to this song. And I've said 2 stars, but maybe it's lower. I don't know. But
agreed.
Yeah.
2 stars. Sleep on this song, literally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing special. Absolutely nothing. Tried to listen to it multiple times. Couldn't find anything. Beat, lyrics, how they are delivered, as well as the outro are all below average. Next.
Yeah. How do you go from, Queen City to this?
Yeah.
How do you go from finally delivering as an MC and straight back immediately after to the worst song? Bizarre. Absolutely bizarre.
Yeah. I think the amusing one that I found was in the lines was It's hard to run from these streets when they run in your jeans. It's just funny because it's like jeans and also your legs run in your jeans. I just thought wordplay. But other than that, I agree with everything you've said. This hook is average. Again, another skit that I'm tired of skits. Enough. But like, how many skits have we discussed already? Like, there are more skits in this than there are skits in Sci-Hi's album. And Sci-Hi's album is 18 tracks long, and this is 10 tracks, and it's so short, and there's more skits. Like, at some point, you got to take accountability of your album. And accountability does not come in through skits. Accountability goes, I'm going to carry this shit. I need no support. I'm going to carry it from start to finish. So, yeah, 2 stars. Was not impressed by this. And the concern is that right now we could finish on a really bad track and nowhere near wanting to come back and listen to this album. But she's going for rap royalty, you know, she's trying her best. Track 10, royalty.
You take it away, Aaron. You finish this album review off.
I will. This beat, another violin, heavy drums, vocal sample, which goes a long way, which I do like. And I like her verse here. She has some cool things. She's talking to, and content-wise, this whole track has actually got a lot of personal things, which we have actually missed throughout the whole album. Mm-hmm. Like, she talks about her family here. She's talking about, like, her dad being a fiend, and she's embarrassed, which is cool subject matter. Like, her flow is slower here again, but it kind of suits the beat. And she has that line, I know blood thicker than water, but it's hard to convince, because to tell the truth, I had family cross me more than a friend. When the blood spills, that's what you use water to rinse.
Yeah.
It's just, she's finally actually going from the heart, and you can actually feel it here.
Mm-hmm. I know payback's a bitch, but I still won't charge you a cent.
Hey.
Yeah. Street Justice, again, amazing voice. We sold drugs to survive. Yes. Now it's glamorized. The feds had us under surveillance. We were camera shiz.
Shy.
Yeah, shies. But yeah, again, the problem is I think she loses to Street Justice and Class Murder, another raspy voice. I liked his line, I built an empire with hands that never prayed. Mm-hmm. Just like, he didn't pray for that shit. He just made it. Yeah, I just felt this whole track is for the first time heartfelt. And for the first time, they're actually rapping about things to me that I'm like, oh, cool. This is subject matter I could actually listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, I gave it 4 stars.
Big boy. What a big boy.
Good boy. Good big boy. What a big boy. Big boy numbers. Good boy.
All right. So I don't steal all your shit that you're about to say, Danny. Go on.
Well, I think, we're ending on a high. I think we're ending on a big high, to be honest. I love the soul sample. This is my kind of beat. And Ché Noir, like you said, like, she's getting personal, and I love it when you do that personal shit in the right way, and she does. Like, she touches on all her family shit, her mum and dad and sister, and it's interesting to hear, like, the struggle. And those opening lines, I don't think it's the very opening, but when she says, see the tears in my eyes through my glasses, ain't make the funeral, but if I did, I probably would have climbed in the casket. Like, that's heartfelt. That is, I can appreciate the shit out of that. Like, imagine being so devastated you just jump in the casket. Like, that's good shit.
Yeah.
What does ain't made the funeral?
Huh?
What does ain't made the funeral mean?
I didn't get to go.
She didn't go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, she gets super personal, and I love that. You just get a good sense of what her family life was like growing up, and wasn't that good. But she conveys the message well. My man Street Justice, though, and he delivers another song-stealing verse. like I was saying before, just from his 2 contributions alone on this album, like I would definitely listen to his next album before I listen to Ché Noir's. That's
exactly what she wanted you to say after.
I know.
Listening
that was her intention. She wants to elevate her boys. Yeah, like Aaron said, solid lines. We sold drugs to survive, but now it's glamorized. The feds had us under surveillance. We was camera shy. Like, good line. The other one I had from him, these young ends lost in the street and make them fantasize. Get shot trying to run from police. I guess they plan to die.
Yeah.
They let your blood soak in the streets before it's sanitized. You live by the code of the streets or just standing by.
Yeah, I also had that line.
He's amazing.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, Class Murder comes on again. He gets the last word. And solid voice, solid verse. Solid voice, solid verse. Not bad.
Aaron won't like that.
No street justice.
Aaron won't like that, though, that he gets the last verse on or the last word on her album.
I agree. Yeah.
Me too. You should probably always have the last verse on your own album. But yeah, so I think this was a really good end to the album. Love the beat. This is one of the best that Ché's sounded on the album. Street Justice delivers another great verse. Class Murder does not, let the track down. It's 5 stars.
Jeez.
Yeah. Well, based on everything you said, I think I might agree with you. I might upgrade from 4 to 5, to be honest.
Hell yeah.
Both big
brothers. Aaron, half the album is 5 stars to you.
Yeah, but half of it is not.
Yeah, but half of it is.
Yeah, because there are some good things here, but there's some really bad things.
I'm so confused about your rating system because you've said for a song to be 5 stars, it has to be perfect. You would not take anything off. So there are 5 perfect songs on this album.
Well, not 5.
4.
I think I've given 3.
You've
3
given
5
4.
stars.
Isn't it 4? Oh, this is not 4. Well, this is
my third one.
Count them again. You gave 2.
Count them again, mate.
You gave 2 before Queen City.
Did I?
Rock City, bitch.
Yeah. The first, the intro.
Art of War.
Yeah.
I gave, Prey, Queen City in this, so 4.
Yeah. So almost half of the album is perfect.
Well, I think I'm going to say this one is potentially flawed, but when I finish, I'll tie it all together and see if I can make sense of it all.
Yeah, please do. But Matt.
What am I doing? I'm telling you what I think of
Have you
royalty.
said you...
I haven't said shit, mate.
Well, let's keep it that way. All right, Aaron, sum up the album.
Well, you've just taken all the shit that I wanted to say, so it's going me and pig on you.
Oh, shit. All right, come up with something fresh and new, please.
All right, something fresh.
Yeah.
Okay.
What did you write down this time?
Okay, it's got to be different to what you guys said. All right, a shit recovery to this with this final track compared with the
classic,
amazing, the classic, the classic at best full album.
Yeah.
Another instrumental that I cannot vibe to, and I really don't enjoy. The background vocals are as rough as sandpaper.
Oh, that's good.
Ché Noir arguably saved her shittest and least personal verse for last.
That's good. I like it. Keep going.
I particularly don't enjoy the lyrics. I know blood thicker than water, but that's hard to convince. Don't enjoy those.
No,
and
I hate that shit.
Yeah, and I also don't like the features, especially the rapper of the second verse. The only thing here that is on this particular track for me personally is that hook. That's just amazing. I love that hook. Because that just completes the song for me. But other than that, I hate it all.
And the star is?
Negative 4 stars.
Wait, so you're giving it 4 stars?
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you decipher all the, that?
Yeah,
I got you?
it's
Yeah, I
essentially
replaced
the opposite of
don't
everything you
like
said.
with like. Aaron, edit out all the don'ts, and it's essentially what his opinion is.
I'm either going to review each track from now on, either giving you just a couple of words,
Yeah.
or you have to decipher it. From now.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, you're going to start using images: square, circle, triangle, smiley face.
Morse code.
But no, can we just talk about this track for a minute?
Can we?
Yeah.
Well, I thought
This
you
is
just
no, but I want to talk about it seriously. This is
yeah, but you gave
spoiler
it 4
alert.
stars.
Yeah, 4 stars. But this, I haven't said this part. This is my favorite song on the album.
What? You haven't given a 5-star song?
No. I said at the end, I said, if you listen to the deciphering, the only thing missing from this song for me is a hook. I want a hook on this song because I want something catchy that, like the thing that stuck in my, like the vocals, with the sweet as honey vocals, with those that, like background vocals that stuck in my mind. I wish that I could say the same for a hook on this track because that would make it perfect for me or perfect for her. But yeah, I want to also talk about the it's so funny. I didn't even know Street Justice, obviously before listening to this, and I didn't name him when I was writing my thoughts on this track, but I said that the rapper in the second verse, that's what I wrote down. He stood out to me, and that's Street Justice. So he must have he's a common theme amongst all of us that we liked. Me not even knowing it was him, but yeah. So I want to point out that. I want to also say that thank God this track was here because obviously, like I said, it's my favorite song on the album, but it's a really good way to finish. And the thing I want to talk about the most is those bars that Aaron mentioned. I just want to break down how good they are. But I think it's also because I, personally in my own life, can relate to them. I know blood thicker than water, obviously a common saying, but that's hard to convince. That's hard to tell me that that's true. Okay, I like that. Because to tell the truth, I've had family cross me more than a friend. Also true for me personally. When the blood spills, so when family is gone or makes a mess in your life, that's what you use the water or your friends to rinse or the friends to cleanse you of them.
Yeah.
So I don't know, just almost replace that part of your life. And then even better, it took me a while to get the last line. I know payback's a bitch. She's referring to the earlier line in that bar saying that I've had family cross me. So if you cross someone, you have to pay them back. She's saying that I know payback's a bitch. I still won't charge you a cent. So she's not bitter about what her family has done to her. She's willing to sort of let it go and give them a pass because that's who she is, and that's speaking a lot on her character. So I think there's layers to that bar or those lyrics, as well as all of the maybe not all of them, but a lot of her lyrics. That's why I said that she saved her best and most personal verse for last. Best was arguable because obviously she has spit some more aggressive and braggadocious stuff before that could be more of your style. But for me, and for getting to know this new artist, I want personal stuff so I can connect with her. So she's done it on this one for me. But yeah, it's still missing that coveted hook. So 4 stars.
My God, that was really good.
Yeah, that was really good.
You should have given it 5 stars.
I agree.
It's so personal to you as well. When you were saying that, I was like, oh yeah, you can relate to that so much. Me and Aaron can't. We don't have those connections.
Yeah, we don't have that to the same extent.
No way. And you connect to it so much and you can't give it 5 stars. But I wish I had the balls to not give any song on this album 5 stars. I wish I had the balls to not give anything 5 stars. Maybe you're right. I don't know. I don't know.
Well, I did say early on that I feel like she might be the sound that grows on you. So who knows? Like we've said with other projects, maybe on later on down the track after 8 years or whatever you said for Flatbush of listening, you'll change. Maybe they'll all become 5-star tracks.
Nah, but I like Flatbush from the start, though. That's the difference.
Mm. I think we should tie this up. I think everyone kind of knows where we're heading with it, but I'll tie mine up. So I did say, I do think this is a hard album to review because it feels incomplete in a way. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's all there. Like, when we were talking about Sahai's mixtape, we're like, no, this is an album. Much like Matt, you said, no, this feels like half a mixtape. Like, it just doesn't feel like it's done. And that just means that, like, the music is limited and therefore I'm going to have to deduct points from the overall feel. At the end of the day, I didn't think the construction of the album was that good. There were some songs that I liked, but there were some songs that I really disliked. And I think she just needs to go back, work on her craft a little bit more, just to add layers of technique and just work on her delivery, because I think potential is there, but she needs to deliver bars and there just needs to be a larger cohesiveness within this. I gave this 3.5 stars. I'm actually going to say 3 stars. Sorry.
Yeah.
3 stars based on just the whole thing. It's average. I think, as I said, there's potential. She's still a new artist, but she needs to do more work when it comes to the basics of what makes rappers the best before she starts using lines like she's in the top 5 and that using that skit where she's an MC, not a rapper. I think she's still a rapper based on the standards that she's set. I think my favorite beat was where are we? Win, lose, or draw, I actually think.
No.
And my favorite track was the last one, Royalty. It's the only one where she really delivers, and it's followed close second by Pray to me, purely because Ransom kills it on that track. But yeah, Royalty to me, she finishes with a bang, but I think there's just some overwhelming flaws when it comes to the construction and to her technique. She just needs to keep going back and working on a craft, maybe study some Biggie shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 stars.
Yeah.
Very good. Go, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm the same. I reckon it's, discussing it with you guys, it's I wanted to say 3 stars, and I'm almost tempted to go lower and go 2.5. I just have all the same criticisms that you have. Like, she does not impress me at all as an MC, as a lyricist, she has potential. She has small glimpses of potential. If she decides to get really personal for a whole album, I could definitely see that working. I think if she switched up her flow much more often, like she did on Queen City, that would work as well. I think she's stuck in her ways almost. Like, she has this one particular style that she's comfortable with, and she just sticks to it to her detriment, especially on this. And this is 23 minutes long, the whole album, and it just feels like nothing, and then it's over.
Yeah.
It's just, there's 1, maybe 2 highlights, and that's it. It's over. It's just like nothing happened. Like, this album washes over you. Like, I did listen to it, around 10 times.
Yeah, same.
And didn't get anything out of it, 10 times in a row. So, yeah, she definitely has a lot of work to do. Her upcoming project with Apollo Brown, I will probably actually listen to it because I've listened to everything Apollo Brown has done so far. He is the star. He is a star to me. I love almost all of his albums, and he's done a lot of collaborations. I think his very first one was with a female rapper, Boog Brown. Boog Brown, I think it was. And I really like that. Yeah, almost. But so that was but his beats carry anyone.
Yeah.
His beats can carry anyone, and potentially elevate. He can potentially elevate. Like a good producer can elevate. DJ Premier can do it. Dr. Dre can do it. Apollo Brown can potentially do it. I doubt it, though. I really doubt it. This close to this album.
It just sounds like she doesn't have direction. She doesn't have enough guidance. Like, she doesn't have someone going, this is what you need to do. It's okay, but you need to make X, Y, Z changes.
Yeah.
And the hope is that, the producer goes in and goes, no, we need to add something else.
Yeah.
Or she listens to our podcast. So shout out to Ché.
Well, if you're going to do a shout out, Matt, you should say her name properly. So shout out to Ché Noir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, 3 stars for me. Probably not a fan from this listen. Not particularly interested in looking further into her stuff unless it's with an amazing producer like Apollo Brown. But yeah, 3 stars.
You need to give us your favourite instrumental, your favourite song, your favourite lyrics.
Hey, it's all shit, isn't it? Look, if I had to, favourite instrumental, I'll give it to Royalty. I just really love. It's got the soul sample. It's got everything I like. And I'll give best song to Queen City only because that is the one song where she actually shows some kind of talent as a rapper, as an MC, like that she has the ability to switch up her flow and captivate the listener. So I'm going to choose that as my favorite song.
Matt, finish it off for us.
The algorithm has been completed, and we are sitting at 3.2 stars.
Did you include the skits?
Yeah, mate.
Oh. I don't think you should.
I'm including the full
I don't
project.
think you should either.
Well, Ché Noir thinks I should, so I'm going to do it.
Yeah, because if you didn't, though, if you only based it on the music, it sounds to me like it would be
close to 4.
Yeah, or 3.5 at least.
No.
What do you mean? No?
Mate, you have your, rating system. I have mine, and this is mine. So you put in shitty skits, you get shitty score. So you put in good skits, you get, good score.
Okay. So skits are very important then.
They are to me. She scored 32 stars out of a possible 50 for tracks 1 to 10. And she earned herself the best instrumental with Prey. And obviously the best song with Royalty, hands down. The favourite album lyrics are the ones that stuck in my mind, and I could just, I don't know, it's the ones that also stood out to me on first listen. Bullets flying like we at the Matrix. Infatuated, bitch, I move my trigger finger like I'm masturbating. I can remember actually using my finger, pretending I was holding a gun and pulling it, and then being like, oh, okay.
And then you think it's an asshole.
Exactly. I don't know. That was just stood out to me. Now, I know they're not like the hardest lines.
The last 3 albums, you've always picked the sex lines.
Yeah, you have.
For Sci-Hi, you did the knock that pussy out, ding, ding, ding. Flatbush, that was big dick one.
No, that was the panties on. That was panties on, bitch.
The same thing. Same thing as a sex line. Flatbush was a sex line, and this is a sex line.
I think what you're getting from here is I like the funny lines. I like the lines that make me laugh.
No, you're a horny little shit. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, possibly, but anyway, it's rounded down. It's a 3-star album, or 3-star mixtape, should I say?
I think this is the first one we all unanimously agree. 3 stars.
There you go. Well, we're all on the same page.
Yeah, there you have it. Ché Noir, Juno, 3-star album. You heard it here first. Go and listen to it. Thanks for listening to the show. Please like, subscribe, and follow us on Instagram at _slim_fitty biggie committee and stay tuned for our next podcast. Bye for now.